time no see. How's everybody doing? Let's see who's in here tonight. What's up, Just Doing Me, Sarah Silva, Millie RN, Deal. How y'all guys doing? Hair curlers and crime. Saw your video. It was very good, by the way. And I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. Let me fix something. And I know exactly why it is. Give me just a second, guys. That should fix everything. Can everybody hear me? Does it sound good? Everything look okay? Hey, Dazed and Confused. Hey, Susan H. Daniel Pike. BB Diamond. Graham E. Let's see. Is the poll working for anyone not here? Is that poll not working? Innocent until proven guilty? Let me see if I can fix that for everybody. It's a new thing that I just should be under questions. It says, let me see if I can fix that. I'm going to pull this screen over here so I can see it. Yeah, I can see it over here. It's saying it's working. Basically, I'm just, what it says was, do you think that Ronnie Lawson in Hawkins County are corrupt? That's the question. Yeah, they most definitely are. Well, I found out some things on Mr. Brandon that we're going to go over, and it's about the Granger County Jail. And they have something that is available for people that get sentenced there. And let me pull that up. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you guys. Yes, good. I'm glad we're all on the same page, because if by now people don't think that that county is corrupt and the people who run it, then something is definitely wrong. Definitely wrong. So let me read this to you guys and tell me what you think about it. It says, Granger County Jail offender search booking date, status, statute, case description, release date, liens, judgments, booking, charges, jail roster, mugshot, who's in jail, degree, personal description, bonds, and arrests. Granger County Jail has a home detention program, HDP. For any inmate who is sentenced to 20 days or more in the Granger County Jail, there's also an alternative work program for inmates who are sentenced to 20 days or less. Now listen, these programs help inmates serve their sentence in their Granger County homes, allowing them to still spend time with their families and also continue to work at their regular jobs. These are voluntary programs that are open only to minimum security, low-risk inmates, and these programs should be considered a privilege, not a right. There are certain violent crimes that would prevent an inmate from being eligible in one of these programs. Hold on one second, guys. Let me answer this. Give me just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So, now that we know that, that answers a lot. Why did this man have a probation officer? And yes, I found my phone, by the way. When I tell you where my phone was when I lost it, it's going to blow your mind. It was under the hood of my car, and I don't know how it stayed there. Bear with me 1 second, please. I apologize greatly for that. Sparker, thank you so much. That really means a lot. Anyway, so my phone was under the hood of my car, riding on, right where the little tab is to open the hood. That's where it was. Uh, I don't understand how it stayed there, but it did, and I'm very happy that it did. Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't know how that it didn't fall going down the interstate or something. Um. Anyway, so I'm going to pull this up about Granger County so that we can all go over it. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. So because he has attempted whatever SA charges, doesn't it probably affects the way that he was sentenced, and how convenient it is that he's able to do his sentence at Granger County first. By the way, the reason that they probably know about this is because one of Brandon's uncles used to be a deputy at Granger County. It's just insane. So let me pull this up real quick. And I'll share it with everybody. Give me just a second. I can't see you guys until I get back over on that screen. All right. Yeah, here it is. Why am I lagging so bad? Is it lagging, guys? I'm sorry if it is. Yeah, he's still a registered SO, but I mean, what does that really mean? He registered. If people don't look it up, how many people were not aware of all the RSOs that live right near them unless you look it up? You know what I mean? Like, they try to act like it's just the biggest deal ever, but it wasn't. It's just a slight lag. Y'all can hear. Okay, cool. So I'll share my screen real quick. Rutledge. Let me find. Let's see here. What was that called? It was called the home detention program. Okay. Yep, there it is. Okay. Inmate booking. Oh my gosh. Okay. I found something else too. So this is going to be pretty wild. All right. Make sure you guys can see that. So 10/28/2022, it says Granger County settled suit over S shows in jail. You cannot make this stuff up. Suit alleges female detainees forced to put on S shows while in detention in Granger County. Hold on a second. This is insane. We'll look at that. I just want to see what this says real quick. Make sure that's sharing that so y'all can see it. I'm going to turn my camera off so we can get the full there. Okay. Let me move this over here so that we can look at both of them. Okay. Welcome, Granger County Sheriff's Department, 270 Justice Center Drive, Rutledge, Tennessee. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, effective March 16, 2020, Granger County Detention Center on-site visitation programs have been suspended until further notice. Off-site visitation is available at I guess it's over a video call, but commissary information is available at Smart Deposit, whatever. Visitation for in-house is scheduled Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 3 p.m. on a first-come, first-served basis. There are allowed 2 30-minute visits within a 7-day period. Let's see here. See what else they got here. Click here to view or search for inmates in Granger County. Oh, well, let's do this real quick. There he is right there. Oh, okay. Hold for Hawkins County is what it says. Let's see. Charging agency, Hawkins County. Arresting agency, Granger. Let's see what this says when we click on here. It's not for charge. Hold for Hawkins County. Let's see here. Oh, but it doesn't want to tell. Count 1. Bond, no bond. Granger, Tennessee. Drag a column here to a group by the column. Let's see for the charge here. Let's see what this says right here. Okay. That's the column chooser. See if we can figure out how this works. This is weird. I have no idea. Obviously, it's not going to tell his charge here. That's funny. 43. Oh, we'll go back here then. That's okay. Charges. View. Okay. Charge description. Now let's go to his. Let's see what his was. Attempted. Let me go back and see if I can find his. Give me just a second. Okay. It just says for charge, hold for Hawkins County, which is strange. Yeah, he does have 4 felony charges, but how come he's only being held there for hold for Hawkins County? So I guess you have to look at Hawkins County for his charge. That's not the reason of me doing this. They're making it confusing. Yeah, exactly, because they do not want to be truthful about what's going on here. What I believe this is a show of power by Sheriff Ronnie Lawson that says, look, yeah, we can do whatever we want to, and we're going to get away with it. Yeah. VineLink is exactly what I go through to look at people's charges. Crimes have consequences. I was just showing you guys this to show you that they have a stay-at-home option that you can do your sentence at your house. How convenient is that? Hold on a second. Let me get to the... Okay, here we go. Now, let's look at this right here. Granger County settles suit over S shows in jail. Granger County taxpayers will be shelling out $110,000 to settle a lawsuit alleging a former corrections officer forced female inmates to put on S shows that he viewed from atop milk crates in a control room as he did his deed there and recorded shows. Attorneys for Candace McGee, Chastity Bailey, and Wendy Brown have filed notice in U.S. District Court that the three women have reached a settlement in their civil rights lawsuit against Granger County. Hey, thank you for becoming a member, Starfish. I appreciate that. You've never... Oh, hold on a second. Let me see what I just saw a comment that I thought was very interesting. Somebody said I'm a detective's daughter. Oh, I'm just doing me, and I've never heard of that. Exactly. Thank you again, Starfish, for becoming a member. So it says it's a shame that they only got $110,000 to settle that lawsuit for them being forced by a corrections officer. Why is it that all these counties have some nasty, excuse my language, nasty ass corrections officers? According to a settlement, it says U.S. District Judge Catherine Kreitzer on Wednesday issued an order to close the case in lieu of the settlement announcement. According to a settlement agreement obtained by the Tennessee Lookout via a Tennessee Open Records Act request, the county has agreed to pay the three women a total of $110,000 and revise policies of the Granger County Sheriff's Office to prevent future abusers. Hey, Yanni Survivor Stories. Yeah, exactly. Blue Eyes Webster. So this is the counties you want to go to if you're an RSO. For sure that they have tons of, believe me, they're not running out and there's no lack of them there. So, according to a settlement agreement, blah, 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 the lawsuit alleged Davis ordered female detainees to strip naked for him or perform various S acts on each other while he watched and did his thing within the confines of the control room of the Granger County Jail last year. Harville fired Davis in April 2021 after two Granger County detectives interviewed McGee and Bailey. But no criminal charges have been filed. The two women filed suit earlier this year. According to the litigation, McGee was serving a 27-day jail sentence on a probation violation at the time of Davis's actions. Bailey was a pretrial detainee accused but not yet convicted of a probation violation. It is not clear from the litigation whether Brown was a pretrial detainee or was serving a sentence. S shows and milk crates. Davis, who worked as a truck driver before he was hired to serve as a jailer for Granger County, was allowed to supervise female detainees. The lawsuit alleged Davis began grooming the women through acts of favoritism, including giving them lighters for their cigarettes. As time passed, however, he became increasingly verbally sexually aggressive towards the women, routinely directing vulgarities at them. The lawsuit states, for example, he remarked that he pictured their faces instead of his wife when he and his wife were having sexual relations the night before, or asked them to describe their breast and genitalia. Davis, the litigation stated, eventually began on demand the women and other female inmates housed with them put on S shows while he watched, climbing atop of stacked milk crates in the control room to get a better view. Oh my gosh. The S shows orchestrated and directed by Officer Davis were hardly a secret, as inmates in the female pod regularly heard Officer Davis making the demands on the intercom to watch female inmates have S and witnessed, or at least heard the S shows going on from their own cells, the lawsuit states. McGee and Bailey complained to supervisors of the jail and asked to be moved away from Davis on the assigned cell block, but they refused, according to the lawsuit. Granger County detectives interviewed the two women as a result of their complaints, according to the lawsuit. Harville later fired Davis for violating the agency's code of ethics for officer misconduct for abusing his position, the litigation stated. That is freaking crazy. This is what's going on. So you mean to tell me that I'm sure that Ronnie Lawson and them, they knew nothing about this, right? Oh my gosh. It's insane. Hold on. Now mind you this. You have corrections officers that are getting away with this. Sullivan County, you have John Allen Biggins, you have him getting away with trying to meet a 4-year-old. You have this going on in Granger County. We know what goes on in Hawkins County. But if an inmate was to bring, let's say, a staple to do tattoos, you would be charged unimaginably. But this guy gets a lawsuit that he don't even have to pay personally, probably. The county does. You got a pediatrician, yeah, Sparker, a pediatrician, and Hawkins County, who helped with the reward for Carly Trent. You have, I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't know why the Duke said that. Somebody said, Emily says it goes on in every jail, I'm sure. I don't know about that. Well, I know that one of the jails that I had to go spend time in years ago, there was a female inmate that allegedly committed, she took her own life because there was a guard that was a high-ranking guard that was pretty much he put her in segregation and then would have his way with her. Now, that's all alleged. I don't know if that's true or not. That was what it was said. But this is corruption to the highest degree. When this is going on in every county around there, you know, and you have the father of Brandon Lawson, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who's in charge of investigating a missing child case when he can't even handle what's going on in his own department, or he can't even keep his son in check when they go to church with each other and the dude adopts a child for grooming her. Nobody noticed that. Nobody happened to say something's going on between Brandon and said minor. It's gross. You know what? That's right, Melissa. When people keep their mouth shut about this stuff, that blood is on their hands too. I mean, I hate to say it. You know, also when people falsely accuse people of this, I had a big problem with this. When people go on and accuse people of, just say like, they're an addict, especially if they're recovering. They're an addict, they're doing this, they're a piece, and say that person gets so upset because somebody publicly says something about them, and they go and say, well, everybody thinks that about me, might as well go relapse anyway, and they die because their tolerance has gotten so low. Same thing. Blood is on that person's hands because they get mad or they're jealous or they do this. I mean, it's the same thing. Is people, when you don't say something or let's not, I'm not going to say it's the same thing. It's the same thing as having blood on your hands. But why is it so hush hush about all this going on with children? I don't get it. I don't get it. There has to be some kind of reform, obviously, in the state of Tennessee and Virginia and the surrounding states, because I mean, how many times does this got to happen in each county before lawmakers and politicians say, hey, we have a problem? Or do they just act like it doesn't happen? Or do they turn a blind eye? Just because you convince yourself that this stuff isn't happening where you live doesn't make it go away. It just makes it easier for them to get away with it. That's exactly what truck driver means. But that's the problem too, because the people that are in power that can make a difference, they're mostly involved. They're the ones that are involved with it. Let me see something real quick. Now, pull this up. Where is? Oh, oops. No. Where is that? I just found it on here, and now it's. Granger County. Oh, there it is. No. That's the Tennessee Lookout. That's for that same story. Lawsuit U.S. District Court in Greenville, Tennessee alleges former Granger County Sheriff's Office correction. Be moved. Okay, yeah, that's the same thing we just read. Hold on one second. There it is. Now let me share this with you guys. Okay, so problems with their internet when watching cracking cases. What's going on? What's wrong with people's internet? Hold on, I'm getting messages and everything going on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me see what this is. All right. This is Granger County, about Granger County Jail. This is where it's talking about the Granger County Jail has home detention program for any inmate who is sentenced to 20 days or more in the Granger County Jail. There's also an alternative work program, AWP, for inmates who are sentenced to 20 days or less. These programs help inmates serve their sentence in their Granger County homes. But does Brandon live in Granger County? Probably not, but there's some exceptions when it comes to, I guess, this inmate, Brandon. It makes me mad. Let's see here. Let's see what this is. Union County Jail, New Tazewell City, Claiborne County, Sevier County. They're not. It's not even near. My Lord. I don't know. It just that makes me upset. Anyway, so we're gonna hey Bama forever. I'm gonna text you when I get done with this. Sorry I haven't talked to you in a couple days. And you can't be violent, can you? Nope. That's what it says up here. It says the largest walled prison in the world. We help families for an inmate. What? They know and love. Cell blocks. We update the site. What in the world? Oh, okay. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. All right. Now let's see if they can't. Let's finish reading that because I did kind of skip over it. It says the programs help inmates serve their sentence in their Granger County homes, allowing them to still spend time with their families and also continue to work at their regular jobs. These are voluntary programs that are open only to minimum security, low risk inmates. And these programs should be considered a privilege, not a right. There are certain violent crimes that would prevent an inmate from being eligible in one of these programs. Only certain violent crimes. Yeah, his uncle also was a officer for Granger County, by the way. It's this is just ridiculous. Yes, I will. I'll put this up right now. All right, so I was just sent something. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can share this with you guys so that we can make sure that everybody be on the lookout for this perv right here. Upload to email. Allie wanted to tell everybody hello and sorry she had to miss this one, but she's dealing with something in there with the babies, and we're trying to get everything back in order to be back on more often than we have been here lately. Okay, so let me stop this screen and we'll share this. Let's see here. Hey, Chrissy Solario. Hey, I had to unblock. You were on the block list for some reason. I went there and cleared a bunch of people out. I don't know why people are getting blocked over here. I don't even know how that's happening. So I'm sorry if you ever find yourself email me, please. Hope you are too. Barbara, what was said? Proof of what? Let's see here. Just to, I mean, there's nobody. You're not affecting the live. Y'all, everybody's welcome here. What are we talking about? Is there proof of what, Barb? What did Barbara say? I don't see what you're talking about. Lawson is registered as a violent RSO. Correct? Is he? Hey, Roswell, baby, how are you doing? Inmates could, in fact, be seen leaving and walking down the hall. That wasn't supposed to happen. I'm going to go find out what's going on. It means you got some rogue mods, unfortunately. I didn't know they were allowed to block. Going to watch on the TV, so don't get blocked again. No, listen, you're fine. You're not going to get blocked here. I'll make sure that doesn't happen, because I'll clear out anybody who I think is I don't go for that. Don't block people if they're not doing anything wrong. Oh, okay, Barbara. I remember somebody asking me about that in an email. I don't remember hearing that either, but that's possible, but I don't remember hearing that. Yeah, they can hide and block. Okay, I'll take care of it. Anyway, let me share this with everybody. Uh, Mainly, I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all and find out your thoughts on stuff. There's some stuff we're working on that leads me to believe, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. Okay, so let me think of the best way to say this. Let me share this real quick. We're going to share this and then we'll talk about that. All right. So this is Brian James Heinsohn. I think's how you would say it. Age 62. Male, white, hair gray, eyes blue, height 6'2", weight 300 pounds. Brian James Heinsohn is wanted by Cumberland County Sheriff's Office and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for R of a child, and 2 counts of R by an authority figure. Brian James Heinsohn has been added to the TBI's most wanted list. A reward of up to $2,500 is being offered for information leading to his arrest. So, Communications Director Josh Devine says, "Emergency alert, Tennessee most wanted. We need your help to find Brian James Heinsohn, who is wanted by the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office and TBI to face charges including R of a child and R by an authority figure. Know where he is? Call 1-800-TBI-FIND." Right there. So you see this idiot? Report him. Josh Devine, I didn't know he was still part of the TBI. He was the guy that was over Carly Trent's case before Leslie Earhart took over as the public information officer. So, yeah, you see this guy, turn him in. If you have any information to where he is, turn him in. Okay. What's that mean? What's difficult for you guys? What do you mean, Sherry? Let me see. Patty Ponytail even recalls hearing that. Let's see. I hear that I'm special. Don't block me. Oh, that's okay. Crimes and consequences. That's fine. Let them talk shit. That's okay. That's all they know how to do anyway. Talk shit and start problems and lie. On this channel, we don't do that. Have better things to do than talk about people unless they have committed crimes, and that's what we're trying to prevent. People can make fun of me and say whatever they want. So, it's okay. Um, what we are going to do, though, is talk about what we've been working on. If I think there's a strong possibility, how should I say this? Strong possibility the summer might be okay and that she could be found. I do. Do I think that there is people that are lying very close to her? Yes, I do. And I think that if people in law enforcement would do their job, that there could be a success story come out of this. I do. What is not nice? Sherry, you think Don was in that shed since Candace wouldn't let Chris in? I do not. Listen, Sherry. The only reason Chris McDonough said Don could possibly been in that shed is because Don hid in that shed years and years earlier when he had a charge in Utah. And that's where they found him. Candace didn't say that he couldn't look in that shed. She actually said he could go look in that shed. But then Chris did the whole, oh, if you don't want me to, I won't. And she said, well, if I don't want you to get hurt in there. That's the only thing. He made that assumption. Just like he said that there was Girls Gone Wild was playing on the TV in the basement. That's not true either. It was Most Extreme on True TV that was playing. Go watch it. There has to be, just because people want something to fit on certain individuals, doesn't mean that that's what it is. Why would Don Wells, why would he feel the need to hide from Chris McDonough? I don't get that. Sorry. I wouldn't hide from Chris McDonough, but I'll tell you that Chris McDonough did withhold a lot of information that was valuable. Before we went up there and we filmed the trails to that was in and out of that property, Chris knew about that, but why didn't he tell you about that? Because he didn't want you to know that there were multiple entrances in and off of that property. Sorry, but that's facts. That's important. That's important to know that there's multiple entrances on it that lead straight to Beach Creek where you don't even have to turn down Ben Hill Road. That's important. I don't know. I went over how Utah law is. Am I saying what Don did in Utah is right? No, I'm not. By no means am I saying that his actions were right. And by no means am I calling anybody a liar. Don probably did do some things that were inappropriate. And, he did do it by self-admittance. He did do it. But Utah law is, you got to go read the statutes. I didn't write the laws, but because I said that it falls under a certain time, what's it called? Where it falls under a statute of limitations, that there probably wouldn't come a risk. I read what it said. I got attacked so bad. I didn't write the laws. I can't help what they're going to do. I just don't believe that Utah was coming to, coming to arrest him when he got out. And by God, they didn't. And I knew it wasn't going to happen. I also knew that when Chris McDonough was telling everybody that Utah law enforcement came and talked to Don at the jail in Hawkins County, it was a private investigator that talked to him over a Zoom call at the jail. It wasn't law enforcement, it was a private investigator. Bet y'all didn't know that, but it was put out to you guys that law enforcement had spoke to him. Why? Why? Yeah, Sherry, I did go in that shed. I've been in every shed on that property. I have videos of inside every shed on that property. I was allowed to go in any shed until the very last time we went up there, and then I was told I couldn't film anything. You know, I want y'all to remember something. Do you remember when Fred Hill said that there was some strange guys that were in a white HHR parked over where the road is that goes to that cemetery? Do y'all remember that? I'm just asking because I do believe that he saw what he saw. I believe that something has happened. I believe there was more people around that property on the week leading up to the 15th and on the day of the 15th. I do. Crimes and consequences. That would be real interesting if it was, wasn't it? If that's what the plates were. You're all, you know what I'm talking about. There's some things that aren't making sense. Cat R. Are you asking me, do I feel like Don and Candace hurt some or no, I don't? I do not. Do I think that one of them might know something? Do I think Don knows anything about it? I don't. Honest opinion, I don't think Don Wells knows anything about it. Do I think Candace knows stuff? Yes. Do I think Candace is not saying everything? Yes. Even the behavior panel, Dr. Phil would believe, love them, hate them. They even said the same thing I said from the get go. Candace will not talk about that day. She will not talk about anything about it. There's a reason for that. I feel like you might not have you don't have to be the smartest person on earth to know that you don't run your mouth, because if you don't say nothing, then they don't know nothing, right? Makes law enforcement's job a whole lot harder if they have to prove it. Now, it doesn't matter if you have a criminal record or not. If you watch enough TV, you know that you don't talk, right? If you're hiding something. Don K, this is something I'll tell you right here. Through Candace's actions, since Don went to jail, there's people that have talked to her. There's people she's stayed with. There's things that she's done and actions that she's made that don't add up. There are things that she has done out of impulse that does not make sense. Just because she doesn't speak to us anymore doesn't mean that we don't pay attention, that we don't know things. She has not been fully 100%. I don't think that she's guilty of hurting. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But tell me why. I do. We all know this now. This is going to make a lot of sense. We all know that there's corruption within Hawkins County. If TBI is working with Hawkins County, nobody can get, no, neither agency will say who is, who's leading the investigation. Nobody knows. If there's corruption in Hawkins County that's clearly can be seen, you don't have to have a degree in anything to see that there's corruption in that county. If it's there, then TBI has to be aware of it. But what about the feds? We know that there's a lot of corruption that happens in the feds. Just because they're prestigious doesn't mean anything. Do y'all know that J. Edgar Hoover, was the master of illegally wiretapping people so that he could use what? Blackmail to control people. Power is something that men thrive for and will go to any lengths to get it. And information, especially damning information, gives people that power over people that otherwise would have power. Okay? Now, this is another thing. Why do children that go missing have to pay the price for corruption? Why does Brandon Lawson get a better deal than anybody for doing the things he's done, yet they have no money in the county to look for Summer? But by God, they can give him a 20-year sentence and say he's only pulling a year, but yet he's already probably serving a sentence at home. Look, I don't want to hear that bullshit that they don't have no money to look for this little girl. I don't want to hear this crap that you can't organize a search. 3 of them, okay, months and months apart. Boy, you've really done a good job. I'll tell you this to a T, and I'll tell you this for a fact. The search that we were going to conduct out there when they did the November 30th search, it's quite odd that they were right in the same area that we were wanting to go search near the footprints at the exact same time. And it even came out of somebody's mouth who is certified and has the resources to do these searches and conducts them on nationwide, said it's almost like they already knew about what we were going to do and beat us to it. So to think that they don't do things for a reason. They said Summer was not in the water. Yet when Nita Diver came on the scene, they sure as crap, TBI put out a statement that divers were already out there and searched all the spot. Why? If you don't find her if you can make a statement that Summer's not in the water, then why already have a story about having divers out there? If she's not in the water, then why? I believe that could be, let's see. It's just hard not being Summer's parent. It's hard to do anything. Ronnie Lawson doesn't, let's see. This is the only thing I will say. Dawn was in Utah. Dawn was with the oldest son, right, in Utah working. Candace was hanging out with people we already know that were not very savory individuals. Who's deleting comments? I haven't seen anything, so I'm sorry if I'm missing it because I don't see them. If there were people up there, now, what if Candace could just be guilty of maybe thinking she knows what happened by people that were up there that might have been looking at Summer a wrong way or something. We got Fred Hill saying that he sees strange men in a white HHR. Well, there's been other things, other vehicles that have been mentioned too. Now, I'm going to tell you this. You can do your own research on it, or you don't have to, but I found a vehicle search of a white HHR belonging to a Jose Roman out of New York, ex-wife Ayers. I'm just telling you. Now, I don't know if it's the same one. Just another strange coincidence. He's passed away too. The moment Jose comes out and wants to talk about anything, he's gone. Strange thing. What about the storage buildings? What about this? Why can't anybody say anything? Tree trimmers going home. But then we find out that the Mocks which are Mary Sexton's, daughters that are married to the Mocks, John Mock, Christy Mock, Sherfy, all these people, the Manises, they're all involved in every aspect around this child's disappearance. All involved, all the Mocks and Manises they work for Hawkins County as corrections officers. They work for the tree companies. They're everywhere around. So nobody knows anything? Bullshit. Somebody knows something, but none of them can tell the truth. You believe she disappeared from the water that day? I believe that the police do have enough. Well, I do know this, that the picture that was taken of her when she is allegedly asleep in the back seat, some people think she has passed away at that time. I don't think so. I think that she was very much alive, just asleep. You can confirm through that picture that they are on Lone Star Road almost to Beach Creek. And that's after the time that they were supposed to be at the water. I don't know. I don't know what's up. But I'll tell you this. Yeah. Who owns storage units in the area? Well, we also already know that there's a guy that owns storage units who is in trouble. He was on the board for I guess he was on a bunch of Chamber of Commerce, whatever. I don't know. He was on these boards for the counties. He owned storage units. He gave, I think there was also a storage unit company or storage unit place that donated to Summer's billboard, or not to the billboard, but to Summer's reward fund. So, I mean, it's just strange. So much is wrong. I know. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you too. Cursed with Curiosity says, I never understood what they meant by no signs of abduction. What are abduction signs? Exactly. If a child is at the wrong place at the wrong time, standing near a road, and somebody opens their car door and the child gets in, they drive off, what signs would you have? I mean, what signs are there if there was a perfect abduction that happened? Then you got the footprints. There's people that have tried to deflect and turn people away from proof. If those prints were planted, which is a possibility now, they could have been planted. But I know something that they were taking those very seriously, okay? You can choose to believe me or you can choose to not. I don't care. I'm not going to lie to you. I have a track record of at least proving where my information comes from and where we get our information from. And I promise you, my track record of being on the money is a lot better than most. You can fact check me, you can believe me or not, but I can tell you that they did cast those footprints. They did take them seriously, and they also took people out there to look at them. They also, I'm just going to say this. We're working on something that people are going, if we ever can talk about it publicly, which and y'all know that I've pissed people off in the past because I've talked about things because everybody wanted to compartmentalize all this information. And I was like, it's important that this is be known so that we, somebody somewhere might know something, might hear something, and might come forward. When you compartmentalize information and people in this group are holding on to this and people in this group are holding on to that, then you're not working for Summer. You're not working together. You're working to have, this is my info and I'm not going to give it to, it's not, who gives a shit about info? It's about working and putting that info together to get to the truth for that child, for whoever the child is that's missing. But people, you're not going to change people. It's a power struggle. It's who can be the most popular. It's who has this and who has that. I think that if you look through, just keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out on family members. Keep an eye out. This case is far from over. The truth is going to be coming soon. Hold on, guys. Okay. Hey, Jude, number one, sorry, mods. May I ask the video and sound, is there a tech issue? Is there a tech issue? I believe in innocent until proven guilty as well. Y'all know that that's where look right here, wherever it is, right there. That little keep calm, you're innocent until proven guilty. I also believe that, and I'll fight for that because we have too many people that are exonerated every year and have served 30, 40 years for crimes they didn't commit. I do believe in getting to the truth. I do believe that. But I also believe that when law enforcement doesn't do their job to their best of their ability and they're not taking every tip seriously, then there's a problem. Am I lagging over here? I saw it doing it. I saw it spinning. They didn't even talk to us, Okay, sorry guys. Thank you, Danielle. Tomorrow I'm doing a live. She's going to be joining us tomorrow. I think it's going to be really good. I'm not saying Jose did. I'm just saying there's a white HHR registered to him. When Jose was talking and was going to talk on a certain other channel, he was silenced. He was told to shut up or they would knock him off the live. So, I don't know. Okay. Crystal, this is old news. It's not an NDA. It was a property privacy form. And it was not a legal binding contract. I talked about it the night that he tried to make people sign it. The media manager, Tim Mullen, thought that he was going to control people. And it didn't work out that way for him. That's why people knew about that NDA. It's so stupid. It just said that you couldn't talk about what was happening on the property. Now, first and foremost, people took this and they said, "Oh, they're just how could you explain to me how people could use a legal binding contract to hide illegal activity? Does that make a lot of sense? No, it was not. No, it was not. A notarized contract. It was. It was so stupid that I pointed it out because it was dumb. But about an NDA. Now, if this case was handled the correct way, there should have been a circle of searchers, attorneys, anybody who was involved. There should have been an NDA in place to keep misinformation out. That is what should have been happened. Keep misinformation out. Because that's why we have the problem with everybody that's went in. I'm sorry, but also for one instance, there was a with Bullhorn Betty and what she did when she came into Summer's case, saying that she had proof of maggots and human feces all over the house and all that, which was not true. That was a lie. There was a lot of things that came in. She said there was 28 dogs on the property at one point, that there was no entrance into the property from behind the shed. She said a lot of things that weren't true and caused a lot of problems. That is what happened. That's a fact. You can love me or hate me, but that's what she did. And I still have a problem with that because we got so far behind on getting closer to the truth because of all the misinformation that was being spread in this case. You got Dudley lying. You got key people in this case that have lied their asses off. Dudley Agent is not a perfect worker angel. I talked to Tucker Drywall. He was not the greatest worker as he put forth that he was. He lied about certain things that were like, why lie about them? Because he was mad at Don because he got fired. Uh, you know, I'm sorry, but Don has done that job. He has been a taper or a drywall finisher for years and years. He's probably pretty good at it. I'm sorry, Dudley. You're not as old as Don is. He's probably pretty good at doing drywall if he's done it that long. His mother wrote a book on how to finish drywall. So it's in his family. I'm sure that he probably knew what he was doing. It was just so many people that got angry. Candace lied too. She did. Candace lied too. But Candace also got called out on her lies. But what did Candace really lie about? Let's talk about it. What did Candace lie about? Was it stupid shit or was it shit that mattered? What did she lie about? Because believe me, I think if the lies were big enough, she'd have been charged with some stuff. She did call and do an Academy Award performance to Mary, her and Dawn, about when Dawn did not get arrested, and she said she did do that. What else did Candace lie about? Was there little stories that were added in and there? There were little details that were omitted and then added. What are you asking about? Yes. Okay. Important question. Somebody asked me this earlier where the dirt bikes were. Let me pull my maps up. Hold on. Let me close some windows out here. Okay. So I'm going to pull maps up and I'll show you where I was threatened by dudes on dirt bikes. Hey, Killer, how you doing, bro? That's right, Reluctant Healer. Is it a lie or is it omittance? BB Diamond. Okay, so tell me what she lied about where her daughter was when she went missing. How can any of us confirm where she was? Was she in the basement? Was she outside? Because we've had law enforcement say multiple different things too. That's the problem. She did not. Candace didn't tell about Grandma's nap. Did Candace know Grandma was taking a nap? I don't know. Grandma should have said that she was taking a nap, but Grandma didn't talk. That's the whole thing I was getting at from the beginning. You don't have to be a very smart criminal to know that if you don't say anything, then you don't put your foot in your mouth and you don't get in trouble. But at the same time, and I'm not by no means taking up for her. I just now said from the beginning, I believe Candace knows something. She's ran her mouth. But see, people get on the defense about this because you can't discuss this case unless you're 100% crucifying somebody. And that's not what I'm about. I'm believing in getting to the truth. Um, Now, let me put. Why is it saying maps can't be reached? Here it is. Oh, I'm pulling up maps real quick. Yeah, I agree with you too. I believe that 2 minutes or whatever bull crap story that she was just gone for 2 minutes is a lie. I agree with you. But I also believe like around here, like, if you were to talk to me, um, I say yesterday about everything. Yesterday could be a week ago. That's one thing I'm very bad about doing. Allie gets on me all the time for that. I'll be like, I just talked to him yesterday. Now, David Dodson, I don't like how his behavior was. Now, I had a person who I'm pulling up maps right now. I haven't forgot about you. Um, I had a person that calls people for a living investigating cases, and her she said her best results are when she would call like the person's ex-husband or ex-wife. They called um, David's new wife's ex-husband's wife and asked about, because there was a rumor that her, David Dodson's new wife daughter was missing as well. She got blocked immediately. And she said she had never seen that happen before, just to be asking about. Now, the behavior panel keyed in on David Dodson as well, said, and Don Wells said that Summer had been around him quite a bit. I don't know if that means anything or not. I know that there has been days and cues. What are you talking about? What are we looking for? No, I'm not arguing that it's not that that's not an important lie. That if you 2 minutes or not, you fill me out, please, before or hear me out before getting angry. What I'm trying to say is, so what about law enforcement saying that the last time Summer was seen walking away from her house? Would that be a lie on law enforcement's part too? Which one is it? Was she in the basement or was she walking away from her house? What about Jody Sue saying she went back to the creek to see if Summer was still there? Well, Summer wouldn't leave, from the swing or to the back porch. Jody Sue is lying then too about the last. Why is it everybody has lied about that child's whereabouts? Does it make one of them better or worse? One lie better than the other? No, they're all lies. Why are they all lying? That's the problem. Oh, where the campsite was? Yeah, I got you right here. I'm pulling everything out. The camera or my maps was not wanting to load. I'm sorry about that. Gosh, man, why is my internet going so freaking slow? My God. There it is. Okay. Susan H says, Cam, do you believe Summer that she's still alive? I believe it's possible. Yeah, I do. I do. Okay. Let's let this load and hopefully we can get it. Okay, let me go to, I'm going to turn my camera off so y'all can see this full screen. Okay. How would Summer walk away from her brothers? If her brothers were upstairs and she was in the basement, like what was reported, but played her toys and went out the back door, how could she? It's easy she could walk away. But that's the problem. We have so much misinformation in this. The funeral home had a crematorium. Fact. He lost his job there. Fact. After all this occurred, he moved, started a new life. Fact. He thought it takes 11 to 2 hours. That's true, Sherry. I give you that. That's true. He also became a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church and told, he was a Baptist minister, ordained minister, and he also called and said he was sorry for guiding them, his flock in the wrong direction. But yet, after Summer went missing, he went back to a Baptist church. Why take that time and become? I'm talking about David Dodson and become a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Why? If you have no intention. Bubs, I'm starting to believe so now. Yes, I do. I'm starting to believe so too. The Trentona Funeral Home. That's exactly right too. All right, now I'm gonna show you where this is located here, where we were searching, and where. Okay, this is Summer's house here. You see, this is the wells on 110. Right here. Let that load. Sorry, guys. See this pond right here? This is the pond that Brandon Carr took JLR to when they came out of the woods. But this is Light Hollow Road. This is where we searched back in October of 2021. The pond that we found and got Needed Diver to clear was right here. Okay? This is the pond. Now, they walked. This is where the guys on the dirt bikes came up on each side of us and tried to intimidate us. No, law enforcement never did say she was abducted from the basement. They never said she was abducted. They said she was last seen walking away from the property where she lived. But then other stories said that she was seen going down to the basement to play with her toys. That is what was said, though. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay. So this. Let me go back up here. This is the address. Let me see what the. See if I can find it here. 854 Light Hollow Road. That right there is where there's 854 and there's 868 right here, this is the church. This is the house of prayer on 868 Light Hollow Road. This is where Marlena Crawford's dad was the pastor of. This is where Don said that a preacher owed him money for coke. Okay. This, which is Marlena Crawford's father, has now passed away as well. Okay. Now, let me move on down through here. Let me go back over here. Now, this is 872 right here. Lighthouse. That's the property part. That's the parcel number or the property number or address here. This goes back. Now, this is all horse riding trails. You also have 872 right here. This is also part of 872, all the way over here. Now, I want to show you something. I believe, excuse me, I believe the guys that were on the dirt bikes that were very threatening to us, well, I don't believe, I know. That's one of their homes here or here. This is the property here. Brandon Carr was snapping a bullwhip. You can hear in his interview that was him. This is gated right here when you come down the road. And he was walking down this driveway snapping a bullwhip at us. All right. Excuse me. Then this is Beach Creek here. Let me zoom back out because I want to show y'all something. We're going to go right back over here. What do I think about the Clarks in that area? I think they need to be looked at. Okay. I'm going to show you something that not many have seen. This is Limestone Branch, right? This is the creek. Don't get this mistaken. There's Beach Creek and there's Limestone Branch Creek, okay? We're going to follow this right here. Let me let that load right there. Now we're on Ben Hill Road, okay? That's 178. Summer Scent was here. If you have permission and you can get off Ben, this is just a theory. If you have permission to follow these roads, I want to show you how far these roads go. I'm going to zoom in. This is the very end of Ben Hill Road. Follow this road right here. Do you see it right here? I'm going to keep my mouse on it. Watch closely. 290 Ben Hill Road. 292 Ben Hill Road. See the trail right here? See the road still? Come on. We're going to keep going. You see the road here still? Keep following me. You see the road here? You can see it through the trees. All right. We're going to keep going. Keep going. Now it's going to get a little dark right up through here in these places, but I'm going to show you the road is still there. It's still there. Just hold on. So see this dark area, this dark path right here. We're back on Limestone Branch. You got to zoom back out. But see, I'm going to show you something. You can travel that all the way to the other side of the mountain. So you are on Hensley Holler right here. Oak Glen Circle, Dykes Drive. Now watch this. Dykes Drive. So people want to act like there's no way to get in and out of here. Look at Limestone Branch. That's a road that goes all the way there, okay? But why is it that nobody's been allowed back there? Why is it such a secret? Now, when I go, look at this. Somebody asked me too and said that it's been reported that Candace was seen driving on Light Hollow Road around 3:45 or something, okay? Now, you know that there's Light Hollow Road here. This is Light Hollow Road right here. Okay? There's also Light Hollow Road. We're going to go down Beach Creek here. That Light Hollow Road that we were just on is on Sullivan County side. Okay? We passed Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist. Look what's here. Light Hollow. Right here as well. So which Light Hollow were we on? Where was she seen on? Who lives on this Light Hollow? Well, I'll tell you who does. Now, this is Dottie Morlock Road, right? Who's related to the Morlocks? Does it mean anything? It might not. But this is Light Road. But this is actually Light Hollow. You see it right there. This is Light Hollow. All right, now I've got some things marked right here. Look who lives on Light Hollow. I've got his name marked right there. Can you see? And look what's right behind there. That's Billy Arnold. Boy, that's funny, ain't it? Billy Arnold. And who's his brother? Chad Arnold. Who talked about them? Wild Bill, the guy that JLR was with, Brandon Clark. Y'all get where I'm going? With this is Billy Arnold's property, okay? Now, Chad Arnold, he also lives back here. There's Goshen Valley Fire Department. Footprints. Oh, yeah, somebody asked me about... Okay. I'm not trying to be all over the place, but this is where the white HHR was seen parked at, okay? That's Morrison Cemetery Road. At the bottom of that road right there. Right across from Ben Hill. Yeah. Okay, so there's Light Road and Light Hollow Road addresses exactly. But it depends on if you're a local down there, because I've been told go down to Light Hollow. And I said the one right there when you turn down Beach Creek, they're like, no, it's down on the Hawkins County side. Now, Thank you. Oh, thank you to Tits McGee. Thank you for becoming a member. Circle jerk. I appreciate you guys. Yes, the police have said that. There's questions that need to be answered. I believe in innocent until proven guilty, like I said, but I also believe that police and the parents should do everything in their power to find the child and to do what they can. But we also know that law enforcement, on the day Summer went missing, what did they bring Candace? A bottle of liquor. Now that's alleged because it's hearsay, but I know it's true, and I know that that's 100% fact. Why? Why would you bring a mother a bottle of liquor as a law enforcement officer unless you're trying to either hush somebody or unless you're trying to win favoritism? There is a problem in this county. There's a problem that nobody can tell the truth. There's a problem that people don't want to talk, that need to help find these children. You know, I don't know what else to say. The campsite was found out before I get off here. That's Summer's house. Here's the campsite right here. Jody Sue's, the wells. You can see this is a higher elevation. There's the campsite right there. Hey, Don K, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, there's a problem too. Why can't people search certain areas? Why is it a problem that when you go down into Beach Creek now, people run people off? You will get literally ran off and followed, or even people try to run you off the road down there now. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. That's right. That's true. Reluctant healer. That's true. I met them. I met them and sat at a table with the Wells. I've seen emotions from them that other people didn't see. I know about Dawn Wells helping search for Carly Trent when she went missing. How come that wasn't uh, made public? Everything was put out in a negative light. Now, sure, have they done everything perfect? No, by no means. Has everybody done everything perfect in their life? Do we know what we would do in that position? No, we don't. Is there a possible cover up? Is there people hiding shit? Yes, definitely there is. Jackie Dobbs said he is letting a OI search his property. What is the closest rivers or lake to Ben Hill? Okay. You have South Holston Lake, you have Cherokee Lake, you have has any of Sullivan County been searched? Yeah. Uh as far as I know, there's been, if Sullivan County has followed up on any leads given to them, maybe. I don't know. Alleged crime says, Cam, please. I'll do that. That's true too. I heard about that too. Miss Christina did. That's right. Now that's another good point right there. I believe that's a very good point. If somebody was going to target somebody, would the Wells look like a very good target? They would be the perfect target for somebody to go after because nobody would believe anything they said, right? You got to think, and if we got people in power that are covering this up, then then who are they going to believe? But this is one thing I will tell you: what we're working on. I agree with you, Roswell, baby. You couldn't prime me off that hill either. But I will tell you this: if what we're working on pans out, and we're working with some very, very, very awesome people now that got in touch with us. I will never say who they are, and I will never put out anything because we know how vindictive and evil people are that are in the true crime community. But I will tell you, these people are very smart, and they are on it, and they have showed me some very compelling stuff. And I'm here to tell you that uh, that that there might be some light at the end of a dark tunnel. BB Diamond, why wouldn't they believe who? The Wells? You have a father who has a rap sheet as long as God knows, he's been in trouble a lot. You have a mother who is drunk. They're poor. They have you know they target people like that. They target people that they do not uh, believe have any credibility, because who's easy to pin stuff on? Somebody that is struggling in life. And that's why I did reach out to the Wells. I tried very hard, very, very hard to do what I could to, I guess, be a voice of reason to help the Wells with what I could. Candace had a lot of bad people in her ear. A lot of people uh, burned her trust up really fast, and she took it out on a lot of people. Um, she was made fun of from day one. That's a fact. Um, I can't help but to have sympathy for anybody and give everybody the benefit of the doubt because of decisions I made in my past and my record that people I would probably be um I probably would be thrown under uh the bus and ran over and crucified too if something happened in my life that I wasn't uh responsible for. That would definitely happen. But if the fact of the matter is, if you're not guilty, you're not guilty. And if we can find proof of that, then I will advocate and stand up for somebody regardless of their shortcomings. But if they're guilty, they're guilty and they need to be brought to justice. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Let's see here. I know I'm not the Wells, and I'm not comparing myself to them, but I am somebody who has seen trial by media and being convicted in the court of public opinion. I have seen it, and I've seen how people that that get drugged just because of decisions they made when they were younger. It happens. Suzette Brown, was I able to search the whole 11 acres? Yes, I was. Hold on a second. Okay. Guys, anyway, I've got more stuff coming to you. To make sure that you don't miss tomorrow's live, it's important to me. Um, Danielle will be joining us for a good show. Me, Allie, Danielle will be on here. She has an amazing story. Um, it's just a problem that's affecting our nation right now. There's young people dying everywhere. Um, I just think it's going to be a good one to talk about. I just want us all to be nice to one another, you know. Let me see what's going on here. Lots of shit here I don't believe. Like what, Kathy Marsh? What's the shit you don't believe? What has been said that's not true? Yeah, it really is. It really is. Daniel, you're right. It's a real pandemic of our time. And I'm not here for Don and Candace. We're here for Summer. We're not here. The biggest reward is not money. It's finding a child. To see a child be found, hopefully safe and sound, to live her life out and make the best out of what, she could have a bright future if she is found and found safe. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. We all have to be better at underground bunker. Kathy, look, that's you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear me say anything about an underground bunker. You didn't hear. I've said many times I've saw no traces about that stuff. You're not hearing any misinformation here. If it's in the chat, I'm sorry. People are going to talk if that's what they believe. But I can tell you from being out there, I didn't see that. I've been in every shed on that property. I've looked over the whole 11 acres. I've seen where the footprints were found allegedly at this point. I know whose property they were on. I've searched and found a campsite. I searched and found a pond that was never cleared. We have found things that we've turned over to law enforcement that they did not take seriously. Law enforcement didn't go get it for 2 to 3 days. That is a miscarriage of justice. That is not taking shit seriously in a missing child's case if you cannot go out and pick up something that could be potential evidence in a missing child's case. Thank you so much, Tits Miguel. Love that. You guys are amazing. I'm glad you're. Thank you. We're back. We're gonna be doing good. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. All I ask. I said stairs that go to nowhere on the hill, but I meant way back on the mountain in the middle of. Who said, well, yeah, now that's true. Back on the very end of Ben Hill Road, there is a set of steps that go to nowhere. That's probably an old building that had steps to it, that the building was tore down and the steps are still there. Yeah, and listen, we have to remember at the end of the day, these people are people. They're just that. Candace Wells is a human being. Don Wells is a human being. Grandma is a human being. Are they perfect? By no means. Are any of us? No. Does that mean that even if they're guilty of this, they will face justice? We just got to find the proof. If they're not, then people have a lot of apologizing to do. There's been a lot of lies said. There's been a lot of mean things said. I don't, for one, don't have to worry about that. I'm good with myself. I'm content with me. And I know at the end of the day that, I don't have to apologize for anything. I've been dragged through the mud, my name, and just for trying to be fair to people. Never once have I said they're innocent of anything. I've just tried to look through everything instead of focusing on one thing. I will not give up on Summer Wells. Allie will not give up on Summer Wells, just like we haven't given up on any case that we have covered. And yes, we have been part of helping find 2 children that were missing. Both had Amber Alerts out for them. So, being a good person and not always jumping to the conclusions and hurting people with words doesn't always pay off. Sometimes being kind leads to the answers, and it will every time. I promise you that. Um, we just got to continue. We won't give up. We're going to find this child, and I really do believe that there's a possibility she might come home safe. We just have to be very careful. If you have information that could lead to finding Summer Wells or anything at all, please call, preferably the feds. But there it goes. If you have any info about Summer Wells, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND, or I don't have Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at 423-272-4848. I advise going to the feds, not that sheriff's office. I don't believe that they're doing everything that they can do, and I'll say it to their face. I have to stay out of that county now because I'm afraid that I would be targeted if I went there. Guys, if you don't care, we don't ask for much. I ask that you hit the thumbs up on this video, show some love, leave some touch DNA on that like button, and that's all we ask for here. Let's pray, and we'll leave it there. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for everything you do. Lord, we ask that this information that we're working on leads to finding Summer and finding her safe. We ask that whoever is responsible be brought to justice, whether it be Candace, Dawn, Jody Sue, whoever it is. Somebody that's not been named yet. Let whatever is hidden in the darkness be brought to light. God, thank you for loving us when we don't deserve it, Lord, and thank you for protecting us when we don't deserve it. Lord, I ask that you bless each and every person in this chat that might need you. Let's be kind. Our tongue is mightier than the sword. Let's be careful about what we say about each other, because words do hurt. Pray these things in your mighty name. Amen. All right, guys, that's all I got. Just figured it'd be good to come on here and talk to y'all. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. For real. That's a big thing. And you don't have to be hateful to get justice. That's right. Till next time, I'm Cam. Allie loves y'all. She's in there. She'll be with me next time. We're cracking cases. Catch you next time. God bless.